Bahrain. Bahrain ranks 169 out of 180 on the Press Freedom Index. Ruled with an iron fist by the Khalifa royal family, Bahrain is notorious for jailing many journalists, especially photographers and cameramen. Fear that the regime could be overthrown led to an increase in the persecution and censorship of dissidents from 2011 onward, especially after the uprisings by the Shia opposition in the east of the country, convicted on such charges such as participating in demonstrations, property destruction, and supporting terrorism. Journalists and citizen journalists are given long jail sentence terms and sometimes even life sentences. Many have been mistreated in detention, and some have even been stripped of their citizenship. Since 2016, Bahraini journalists working for international media have had problems renewing their accreditation. For foreign journalists, getting a press visa to visit Bahrain is very complicated. Hey, Evan from High Media here. There are 3 videos going up on this Friday for the Uncensored library, and I just wanted to try something new along with these videos and see how it does, and if I enjoy it and if you guys enjoy it. So let me know in the comments if you guys like little post talks after we go over everything in the library. Hey, welcome to the after show sponsored by our Patreon. If you want to support the show and and get access to plenty of really interesting articles discussing political and free speech issues, as well as personal opinions and opinion posts, check out our Patreon. You can also get your name put on the screen that was before this whole section. But as far as Bahrain goes, I've actually maybe heard about it in a history book once or twice, but I didn't actually know anything about the country itself. So for those who aren't aware, it's actually a archipelagic country in the same vein as Greece, for my Western viewers, and their country as of now is a constitutional monarchy, but instead of being a constitutional monarchy among modern British lines, it's a constitutional monarchy among 17th century British lines, meaning the only people who wield any type of power and voting ability and sway over the country are people with connections, land, and wealth. So it's the egregious nature of the Khalifa family, royal family's sins against the population and the journalists in that population kind of makes sense when they don't really have to answer to the majority Shia population there. Speaking of House Khalifa, they've actually ruled for hundreds of years at this point, after they took it back, I believe, from Portuguese occupation, and I think this was still when Portugal was a Muslim-run nation at that point, like in Muslim Spain. But I digress. The point is that this family has been in power for a very long time, and I don't think they want to see that change anytime soon. Nor do I think they should. What I do think is that a country's leaders should take care of its people, and if they can't take care of their people, they should be removed. Not because of religious reasons and not because of cultural reasons, but because they are failing to serve the people that keep them in power, and sort of their governmental structure and their crackdown on protests and stuff like that reflects that. Oddly enough, some of their most lucrative, trades are pearls, tourism. They were one of the most opulent, pearl scavengers and distributors for up until the 19th century, and to this day, because it is a archipelago in the Persian Gulf, it's ripe for tourism. So bear that in mind next time you guys are planning a vacation. But this has been the after show. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. Thank you to our patrons who are sponsoring this section, and thank you guys for watching the Uncensored Library, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Poggers!